I just don't understand the audacity that these people have to come back to Laust, or however you pronounce his name, and being like, hey man, hey buddy, you mind coming back to our party? They are actual scumbags. In this episode, they really showed their true colors. Like, don't get me wrong, we already get that Margulis, or whatever his name is, the freaking lightning boy dude, you know, he's very egotistical, he thinks he's hot shit, and thinks he can just get whatever he wants and stuff just because he's that dude, which he really isn't. How are you going to do our MC so dirty and then just expect him to come crawling back? So let's get right into episode 3 of the healer who was banished from his party is in fact the strongest. With our boy Laust, or however you pronounce his name, I totally forget, getting kicked out of his party, you know, he's just kind of cool with it, it's whatever. But these just sick freaking people realize in episode 3, this episode, that, wow, he actually did a lot for this party. He was the reason why they even were, I guess, somewhat close to beating the Hydra. I mean, he cut the dang head off, at least one of them, if not both of them. Wow, you know, having Laust around was really nice because, you know, even though he's a healer who can't really heal, I don't really fully understand that, like, how he's a healer, but he only has, like, low-level healing. But he's an absolutely insane warrior, it seems like. He's out there in the front lines, just beating up, like, all these monsters, kicking its ass. And then Margulis is mad at Lyra, right? Because he's like, why aren't you out there? I need you to, you know, be at the front lines. It's like, she's a healer, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Healers aren't supposed to be leading the team in a sense. That's when they realize, wow, you know, he actually is quite an important person in our group. We should go get him back. I just can't believe this guy is so egotistical that he thinks that just if he goes to Laos, you have the honor, the opportunity to join back with us and go on an adventure and beat this Hydra to make me look good. Any sane person would actually deny that, and thankfully he freaking did. And not only was it that he just kicked him out because he thought he was useless, when it really seemed like he was the one that was actually useless, but they treated him like absolute garbage. And we kind of already got the gist of it in episode 1 that he was, but the fact that they would, well, take a good portion of his freaking pay, just like saying, screw you, you don't get paid as much as us. And the one chick in the party was like, wow, yeah, you know, he didn't really complain about us screwing him over with the money. And then he doesn't even get his own freaking room. They made him sleep in the closet. What the fuck is that? And that didn't really surprise me too much, but did make me a little bit more hateful towards these people. But what really just set me off was this chick Armia. She goes and asks our boy Laust to come back to the party. I'm just sitting here the entire time listening to her explain that she needs his help because he's actually the one who's powerful, and she's starting to realize like, oh wow, you actually did a lot more you know, work than we realized, and we can't really do this without you. You really expect this guy to come back, and you're giving this sob story. Well, Margulis, even though he's a total piece of shit, and she even straight up says, yeah, he's really not that great of a person, and the reason why she wants Laust to come back is because she doesn't want her companions to be hurt. Which is, yeah, kind of nice that, you know, you don't want your friends, I guess you could call them friends, maybe not really, to be killed, but you're asking the dude who was treated like garbage and then thrown out, you know, just like on a random Tuesday, to come back and help you. But she did feel bad about the whole thing when she started realizing that, yeah, I was ignorant to all the things that were going on. I mean, I knew you were being treated like garbage. I didn't really say anything because I thought that was just kind of whatever. I was just ignorant and didn't, like, understand fully what was going on, which, okay, to be fair, I guess, you know, there's that where she was just ignorant about it, but you couldn't tell that being stuck in a closet for a room and having your money be kind of taken away from you, or at least getting paid less, isn't like a normal, good, right thing to do? Like, really? To be fair, even if she did stand up for the man, even if she did say something, I don't think it really would have helped in the grand scheme of things. Nothing really would have changed, so I also get that point, you know, even if she was like, hey, bro, like, you guys are treating him like garbage, like, can we just stop? Nothing was gonna happen. She doesn't have the authority to really change anything, but at the very least, she could have said something, at least make me sympathize with her a little bit more. Even Narsena was like, oh, you don't want, you know, your companions to be her. But why did you treat him like garbage? What about him? Was he not a companion worth, worrying about? I guess in the end, these people should just learn not to be scumbags. It really isn't that hard.